Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Pop's Reviews, and I have a different review I haven't done in quite a while. It's been on my mind since I've been doing a lot of the Phil Singer Games wrestling videos. I thought I would do something different. I thought I would do the Walking Dead compendiums. I have all four compendiums. It's a review I wanted to do quite a long time ago, just the world the way it went, and just life itself. It's hard sometimes to get back to some of these things that you wanted to do, but I still think it's relevant because the show, it's coming to an end, and if you were a fan of the show, you might be a fan of these books actually. If you really actually maybe had some time and you wanted to get more into the Walking Dead universe kind of thing, this is actually the source material really. The only exception is there's no Daryl if you're a fan of the show. So that would be something you'd have to put aside. But yeah, I thought I would do this review here just kind of quickly, just to give you a heads up. I've been having problems with my camera recently here, so I've been trying to film like longer playthroughs and that, and yeah, I have one of these LG GX8 Slim Thin Q phones or whatever, and for some reason the I don't know, it's cutting out during my videos here. So I've been clearing memory and all that type of stuff, and I don't know. We'll see how things happen. I'll try a playthrough of one of my games, either the wrestling Marvel United or something like that. But anyways, let's get back to the matter at hand here. This is the Walking Dead Compendium 1. Now, as you can see here, you have unique artwork. This is done by Robert Kirkman, Charlie Adlard, Tony Moore, Cliff Rathburn. Now, for me, this is a way for me that I wanted to collect them was in compendium form. They have you could collect them in omnibus form, but it'd be a smaller book. It'd be hardcover, so that would be cool. These are soft cover books, but these are really, really big, thick books here. Like you can see, I'm kind of it's hard to hold it with kind of one hand here. So there are thick books here. I'm going to turn it over. So it's nice artwork. The books are in black and white, so that's something to also wrap your head around if you're a fan of regular comics, like the Marvel DC stuff that's in color. These are in black and white, but you know what? To me, it didn't really affect it that it wasn't black and white. It kind of almost added to the story a bit more, kind of thing. So as you can see, that's the artwork there. So it gives you the back here, how many hours in a day when you don't spend half of time watching television. When is the last time any of us really worked to get something that we wanted? How long has it been since any of us really needed something that we wanted? The world we knew was gone. The world of commerce and frivolous necessity has been replaced by a world of survival and responsibility. An epidemic of apocalyptic proportions has swept the globe, causing the dead to rise and feed on the living. In a matter of months, society has crumbled. No government, no grocery stores, no mail delivery, no cable TV. In a world ruled by the dead, we are forced to finally start living. And then you can see it collects issues 1 to 48 of the acclaimed zombie hit. So this is a big book. I'm thinking it's about 800 pages or so. And then you can see it collects number 1 to 48 of The Walking Dead. So let's get into this here a bit. I'm going to move these aside here. Let's open this up here. Just fix the camera a bit here, so there we see. So this is the Walking Dead Compendium 1. Now, the Walking Dead series comics are over, and they are in compendium form. They're collected in 4 big compendium books, as you can see by the size here of the spine and the pages here. There is a lot. And you see all the characters, obviously Rick, um, his son Michonne, Glenn. So you see the characters here on the book, and then turn them upside down. They have them in zombie form, so that's kind of cool. And yeah, this series was just a great series to get into. Um, it was very, very easy to read. As you can see here, here's some of the artwork. I don't want to spoil too many things here, but yeah, it's a very, very easy to read. It a lot of stuff going on in these books. Like obviously, Rick is the main character in the story, and his son Carl, and they go through and they meet the different survivors in here, and it's a book really. There's zombie violence. There is a mature, uh, I would say to I guess teen and up, but there are some brutal things that happen in this story, especially with the prison and the main bad guy in the prison there, and Michonne, that got pretty serious in that. But the story was really good. I found myself not bored by the story at all, always wanting to keep going with it. So sometimes, you read something and you're just kind of like, I'll come back to it. I always found myself, like, well, what happened next, and it is a really, really good story. Robert Kirkman does a really good job here of writing, and obviously they made it into a TV show here, but and for me, a lot of the stuff like you see, like someone getting bit there by a zombie there. So as you can see, like excuse me, it's a lot of action going on in these books as well. And I'm a fan of action, so and I'm a fan of zombies. I like zombies too. So it really is a, a really neat story. If you're a fan of zombie horror. Excuse me here. Sorry about that. So yeah, very good book. I don't want to spoil too many things for you guys here in these books, but again, this is how I collected. Now, the only bad thing about these compendiums is that they are they don't they don't end. Like there's like say like you're reading comic one, it goes right into comic two. There's no separator to say you're in comic two, comic three, that type of thing. So it's a continuous read. You might be able to kind of tell by maybe where the story ends, where it might be going into comic two or three or whatever the case is. But a lot of the times, like it's just going straight through comic 1 to 48, and there's no cover art to show that this is the next comic. So that's one negative, I guess, to the book. If you're a fan of, like the different cover arts for the different comics, then you're not going to get that with these compendiums. But for me, it was a great way to collect the full series. At the times, you did have to wait for it collects in 48 comics. So, you kind of had to wait till it was they're at 48, let's say, and then when I got to 49, you'd have to wait for the next 48 to finish off and then they'd make it into compendium. But it's a great way to collect it in a big way. So this is the first book. The second one, the compendium here. So you see the characters here, and then there's zombie form, and then you have the back. How many hours in a day when you don't spend half of them watching television. So it kind of gives the same write up as the first book. This one collects issues number 49 and 96. So, and again, just kind of seeing some of the artwork here. And again, it is a mature read. Yeah, they rate it mature. So that's something to know if you're like, if you're kids or anything. Like, this is not for kids at all. This is an adult read or a teenager read. And it is, I think the story, the thing of the story, when you watch the show, when I first was watching the show, you want, the zombies, you like the zombies coming out and the action, fighting with the zombies and that kind of thing. And then after, it starts to get more into the stories of the humans and how the humans kind of, turn on each other, and, just what they do when an apocalypse happens. So here you can see, here's like kind of like a page break where you might, so chapter 10. So you get this here, but you don't get the cover art. You don't get the cover art of what would be the next issue kind of thing. So again, that's just something to note. But yeah, it goes a lot. They're not necessarily always fighting zombies. There's a story amongst the humans and how the humans kind of turn on each other, and the way society is going and that type of thing. So and just where mankind, I guess, goes if there was a type of apocalypse like this, so it's interesting in that way, and the different interaction with people. It's pretty gritty at some points, like I'm saying. So it is something that like I said, if it's more of a mature read, and just some of the things that go on is really, really gritty, and you probably be like, geez, what the heck, this is a lot, so it's not for everybody, and it is really a horror, really, at the end of the day. It is a horror story. So here you see some of the other characters here in the Compendium 3. So, here you see Negan, this guy. Negan, I mean, he's one of the more popular characters, bad guys, in the comic books because of the story, and pretty vulgar and brash. So definitely someone, when you're reading, he's kind of unplugged, off the hinge kind of thing, so something to, again, consider when you're reading these. And then here's the back. And these books, like, they're very well held together. I'm not a fan of really opening my books like spread out to read them. That's just the way I am. I know people say you have to, give the spine, let it breathe, that type of thing. But I don't know. I like to have it kind of closed. I like to kind of keep the spine. Like, I want my spines like nice and not like with a big crack down the middle kind of thing, especially for the soft covers. If you have the other Marvel DC omnibuses, they have like that kind of sewn seam, so you could probably get away with that more. But these hold up really good. I didn't have any problems with these at all. And yeah, again, it's a different way. If you're a fan of the show, the stories. When I was watching the show, I gave up on the show. I gave up on the show once one of the characters left the show, so I don't want to spoil anything if you want to watch the show, but once one of the characters left, I kind of gave up on the show. But I was reading this at the same time I was watching the show for a lot of it, and they would change some of the stories from the comic on the show because they want to spice it up and have different things happen and that, and so it was fresh for the comic reader and fresh for the person watching the show, and that was great. That worked out. That works out for the viewer, right? So it wasn't always predictable. Like, some things they followed pretty closely, and then they kind of veer off a bit, and that was fine, right? So. And then another thing about this, again, if you're a fan of the show and a fan of the character Daryl, he's not in these comics here. So you can see this collects issues number 145 to 193, which comes to the end. 193 is the final book in The Walking Dead. and this is the final book, Compendium 4, if you're collecting in Compendium version. So, very good. Like I said, the art is very good for it, even though it's in black and white, and it never bothered me at all that, it was in black and white, these stories and that. And it was very good. It was a very good read. I never found it boring at all. If I had to say, if I remember correctly, which compendium out of the four were slower, I'd probably say, I think it was either number 2 or 3, I think, if I remember correctly. But again, not anything that stops you from reading or anything. Just a little more story, character building, that kind of thing. But yeah, some of the characters, you think that, hey, what's gonna happen to this character, and then they might end up dying and that kind of thing. And I think that was the great thing about the show, is that they're able to kill off characters and that, and not really, and kind of surprise you, kind of thing. So yeah, it's great. It's definitely, if you're a fan of the show, fan, of comics, of horror kind of stories or whatever, this is definitely something you should maybe consider. Again, like you could buy it in individual comics, which would probably cost you probably a lot more. I think even the omnibuses, the hardcovers, it probably cost you a lot more because you're collecting a lot more books. For me, this was just neater to collect it in 4 big, large, huge compendium books. Even though they are hefty guys here, hefty suckers, these books, but to me, very well worth it. So yeah, that's really, I don't want to spoil too many things here with the story in case you want to read it and you've never really got into it. I cannot say enough good things about it. It's very, very good read. You don't want to put it down. I always wanted to know what happens next. And once one of the compendiums ended, oh man, I can't wait for the next compendium to come out. And it was always exciting, and it was always hard to wait for that next compendium. But if you never got into it, I mean, the story's done, and there's 4 compendiums. You could get them all on Amazon. I'm sure they're still selling there, and very, very good book. Very, very good books. And again, they're made by Image Comics, Skybound, and yes. So yeah, that is the Walking Dead compendiums. Compendium 4, Image. So you got the one in yellow theme color, a green theme color for number 3, blue for number 2, and I believe, yes, red for number 1. Yes, so that is the Walking Dead compendium. Go ahead and pick it up, guys. Like I said, it's on. Probably you can probably get it off Amazon still at maybe it's between $40 to $60, probably around in that price range for each book, or depending on the rarity of each book. But yeah, very good read, guys, and nothing but good things to say about it. And I just want to thank you guys for watching. And if you have any comments about the book, if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be happy to try and answer as best as I can. And yeah, I like I said, I'm having a little trouble with my phone. The camera cuts out after about sometimes about close to 40 minutes of filming, and then my camera cuts out, and then my phone is kind of shorting out, that kind of thing. It won't start back up. So I'm hoping, like, I deleted so much different videos and stuff on here. I hope that kind of solves it a bit, and trying to like reset my battery, trying to drain it to 0, and I hope that the videos don't like cut out while I'm filming anymore, because I have so much different things. I want to film so many matches with the Legends of Wrestling and the Marvel United, and even play like probably Street Masters and that kind of thing. I have a new game I just ordered, a new sports game that's coming in that I want to do an unboxing for you guys, so you can check it out. So yeah, hopefully things are working out here, and I hope to have some more videos coming out. I've I'm in the groove of making videos again. I have a little more time to do these videos now, so I'm excited to do videos, and excited to hear your thoughts. And if you have any questions or comments, or if you want me to stick to a certain review or game or whatever the case is, just let me know, and I'll try and do my best to help you guys out. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. I just thank you for all the subscribers that still are stick with me, or the new subscribers I've got. Thank you so much for coming to my little channel here and supporting me. And I know it's probably kind of broad for a lot of the people that I do from one end of comics, reading, superhero stuff, to sporting games, wrestling, kung fu, that kind of thing. So, but again, I just want to put things out there. I want to just have fun with things, and yeah, just show you guys some of the things that are out in this world that you might like, and yeah, just having fun with everything, guys. So thanks again. Hope to have a video soon. Hopefully, maybe there'll be another Legends of Wrestling video coming soon. So hope you guys are all doing well out there, and yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next video. Hopefully my camera will be working better and longer lasting. So take care, guys, and see you soon, and God bless you all. Take care.